Hi, my name is Karen Miller, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a simple handmade greeting card. How many greeting cards do you estimate that you've purchased in your lifetime? Has it been 10, 50, maybe even 100? According to the Greeting Card Association, Americans purchase approximately 6.5 billion greeting cards each year. Annual retail sales of greeting cards are estimated between 7 and 8.5 million. I've enjoyed making homemade cards over the last 6 years. I estimate that I've made about 100 different cards or more. And I've also taught at least 3 friends how to do this hobby. Making your own greeting cards is surprisingly fast and easy once you know how to do it. Today I'm going to show you how fun and easy it is to make your own greeting cards. First, you're going to consider what occasion you're making it for. You can make birthday cards, or you're making a happy birthday card, a thank you card, a get well soon card, and just because card, a sympathy card. So that will influence what card you're going to be making. Who are you making the card for? Is it a male? Is it a female? If it's a male, a lot of times you'll stick to the more neutral colors, the blues, the browns. If it's a female, then you may want to embellish it with flowers and buttons more. If it's a child or if it's an adult, a child, you might have patterned paper with certain character on it that is their favorite. Adult, you can look into their hobbies and see what's going on with them and what it is that they might appreciate the most. Do you know any of their favorite colors or patterns? And sometimes you can incorporate, if you see someone wearing a lot of chevron or a lot of pink, sometimes you can incorporate that in the card and it makes it a little bit more personal. These are the supplies you'll need. You'll need cardstock. This is 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It looks like this. You're going to need adhesive. Here's a tape runner. This is score tape, regular tape, glue dots. You're going to need a trimmer. This is a large trimmer that you would use for a whole sheet of paper. And this is a smaller trimmer that you would use for little scraps of paper. This is where it gets fun. You're going to use the decorative paper. And these are just some scraps that I used that I can use to make a card. Then when I scrap it, I just keep the scraps so I can make cards with them. Here's some embellishments. And for example, this is one of my daughter's test strips. She is a junior in photography school, and so I keep her test strips, and sometimes I'll cut them up and help and make cards with them. These are some other little embellishments. Sometimes I even keep the little wrappers from the Chinese restaurant, and that can make a fun card. We have ribbon. This is my favorite ribbon, so I'm going to use this one. We have buttons, because every good lady needs a button box. We have stamps and old postcards, and I just collect stamps to do that with. And you're going to need rubber stamps. Here's a get well soon one, and here's a thank you one. And these are ink pads. I'm going to open them and use the ink on them. And finally, you will need an envelope to match the card. Okay, so what we're first going to do is we're going to cut the cardstock, and you're just going to cut it straight down the middle. So because it's an 8.5 by 11, you're going to cut it at 4 1/4. So you have a sheet like this. Then you're going to just fold it down the middle, which makes your card. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut some of your decorative paper to the correct size, which is going to be maybe a little bit smaller than the card front, so maybe 5 1/4 by 4. So let's see. Okay, we'll try this. Okay, so that's just a little bit smaller. And usually the scrapbook paper is double-sided, so you can look at it and kind of see which way you would rather do it. I kind of like that one. So we're going to do that one. Okay, and before you put it down with the adhesive, what you're going to do is just start playing around. See how you want things. I'm not a real OCD kind of person, so I kind of like things a little crooked. Sometimes that makes other people itch. Okay, now we're going to stamp our sentiment. So we've got these stamps, and I've noticed that I'm kind of low on thank you cards, so I'm going to do a thank you. So we're going to just take our ink pad. We're just going to ink up our stamp. Kind of fun. You can get out some aggression this way. And if you'll see, it's inked up. Okay, we're just going to take a scrap piece of paper, and you're going to stamp it on there. Thank you. Okay, and we'll just cut it down a little bit. And I usually don't measure for this part, I just cut it where it looks right. So there's your thank you. So then we'll go back to building our card. So we've got this and this. Maybe this one in the back. Okay, it looks like it needs a little something else though. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start building it. Okay, so we're going to take our tape runner, and we're going to just put some tape on the back of our decorative paper, and we'll just put it like that. Kind of put it on your cardstock and see how it looks. See, I made that a little bit crooked, so you can just take it off. Most adhesives are very forgiving. You just take it off and kind of repurpose it. And then it feels like it needs something else, so we're just going to put a little doily back there. These are super cheap. They're like $1 for like 12, so it's kind of fun. Okay, and it needs a little bit of ribbon. So we're just going to grab some scissors. And cut our ribbon. And then put it around. Make sure the numbers are facing the right way. See, like that. And we're just going to tape the back. So that was just 2 pieces of tape. Like that. Okay, and then we can start layering it on our card. So we'll put some more adhesive on the back of that. We're going to adhere it to our card. You can kind of start seeing it to take shape. Okay, we're going to take our doily, kind of play around with it a little bit. And there's these awesome things called pop dots. Let's see. And they kind of give a little bit of dimension. You can see that they're thick. So what we're going to do is just take a couple of these, put them on the back of our sentiment. And put it on our card. And there we go. And maybe just add one little button. I usually like to do like a contrasting color with it. Let's try it right there. I hope you can now see how easy and fast it is to make your own greeting cards. I have this quote: once a staple of birthdays and holidays, paper greeting cards are fewer and far between now seen as something special instead of something that's required. Once you've experienced the gratitude of giving someone a handmade card, it's going to be hard to be going back to the drugstore for one. Thank you.